Welcome home!
We're back
What are they? It's like a glove for your foot.
to show the nation how to spend savvy.
Wow. You've got 5 pairs of the same type, £700.
Yeah.
Bang.
It's another handbag.
No!
We challenging families to try money-saving alternatives
What is this?
and giving the great British public
Quick nabber.
their say.
About 75 quid.
Get out. You don't shop well for less.
I'm Steph McGovern
Do you want to know how much you could save?
and I'm Alex Jones,
I'm aware that our elbows are touching.
and we want to show you
This is what it looks like. No.
how to shop well for less.
That was a real eye-opener.
That is phenomenal.
Done.
This week,
Boys, tea time!
a family who've been through tough times,
I think our biggest mistake was that we just didn't save.
desperate for some stability.
We need to be really tough on cutting back on things.
But can we convince them to stop spending
Oh, the coffee machine's gone.
and start saving?
For a lot of families, that would be considered
Excessive.
Welcome to Bristol, home to the Jack family.
Milo, stop doing your hair. Right, OK, there we go, right now.
ICT teacher and school manager Hannah has been married to business development manager Damien for 15 years.
Dame and I met at university a long time ago,
It took me a good year, but I finally wore it down.
after he got rid of the flecky trousers.
They were great, them trousers.
The couple have 3 boys, Milo, who's 12, Flynn, aged 9, and 5-year-old Nate.
They like football, which is probably one of the main things in the house, which I don't know if Hannah's happy with that, but we do like a lot of football.
I play in the fence for football matches.
I don't play any.
Nate doesn't play matches yet. And Flynn, where do you play?
I play in any position.
Spoon.
I didn't want to cover this whole piece.
Yeah, get it all over to the edge.
Look at this.
8 years ago, this family's life was turned upside down.
We both had really good jobs, coming up to 10 years, and then it all changed. And obviously, firstly, I was made redundant, and then 2 years later, Damien was made redundant. When we were both earning really good salaries, we just didn't save. And we should have saved because we hardly had anything. And for us to survive at that point, we first of all hit the credit cards, and then after that, we obviously then had to sell our house. And it was the only way, obviously, that we could get ourselves straight.
As a result, they've rented ever since, most recently moving into this 4-bedroomed house.
And on the whole, living in rented is fine. But although this is a lovely house, it's not our home.
Hannah and Damien are both back in full-time employment, but are still spending every hard-earned penny.
OK, let's have a look at Statue of Liberty, shall we? Our biggest expenditure as a family is obviously a holiday. Holidays and...
Days, yeah.
Days.
Last year, we went on a really big holiday all around Europe.
There is a big wide world out there. We want the children to have experiences.
But it's not just experiences Hannah and Damien are splashing out on.
We definitely play second fiddle to the children nowadays. They love their football kits. And then obviously because they play so much football, we go through football boots like nobody's business.
There are children and you only get one chance to spoil them, I suppose.
And as for Milo, becoming a teenager has its own demands.
I feel that it's really important just to look my best every day.
He uses copious amounts of aftershave and hair products. I think it's watching the footballers on the TV.
Yeah.
Damien also likes to look good.
In terms of clothing, I have a particular soft spot for jumpers. And I do tend to go for the labels, if I'm being honest.
And Hannah has some pricey favourites too.
So my love of my life is my voice-controlled device because it does absolutely everything. And I can also drop in on Milo's bedroom. Milo, tea's ready.
Do I have to calm down?
Yeah.
Oh, fine.
Hannah doesn't hold back when it comes to the 4-legged family members either.
One of the other things that she spends a lot on is the cat and the dog. Some waterfall we've got out there for the cat, and it's not used.
Oh, because they're still drinking out of my sink.
Exactly.
But all this spending means there's no saving.
I worry about money all the time, every day. And the only thing that Damien and I ever really argue over is money. 4-bed, under a mile.
What about that one there?
More than anything else, I would like to own our own home again, but we'd need a sizable deposit, and currently that's just, you know, pie in the sky for us. It's just nowhere near reality.
Well, that's where we come in. Steph and I are on our way to the Jack's rescue. But first, we want a quick look inside their home to find out where they're spending. So while they're out, we going in.
Let's have a look then.
Oh,
Look at that, muddy trainers.
Yeah.
And loads of them as well.
well, that's what you get with loads of boys, I suppose, isn't it? They obviously like a walk, though, outside.
Oh man, technology.
How many tablets? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Should we
Sure.
look? My favourite site.
Yeah, they're looking at houses.
Oh, look, there's also some online shopping going on.
Oh, yeah, the
mainly for the cats.
This is a family that must like shopping.
Exactly.
Oh, it's lovely in here, isn't it? Looks dead posh.
Yeah. Hey, look, they've got a posh kettle there.
yeah.
Posh coffee machine, just as well. It's been an early start.
I know.
And look, we're having chicken for tea.
I know, that smells lush actually, doesn't it?
Doesn't it? Don't open it. It's a slow cooker.
What's that?
Oh, I thought it was a potty.
I thought it was going to have a goldfish in it. It must be for the cats.
And then next to it, look at all the coffee pods. They must be energetic in this house, drinking that much coffee. I'd be bouncing off the ceiling. Oh, classic.
Big telly, big soundbar.
Yeah. These pictures are lovely, though.
Oh,
aren't
they're gorgeous. They look like such a happy family.
Gosh, I tell you what, they're all abroad, though, aren't they?
I know.
We don't get weather like that here.
A family that likes a holiday.
And then pet corner. They
Love it.
really spoil them.
Upstairs, there's plenty more proof of purchases.
Oh, Milo's room.
Yeah. Oh, he loves football, doesn't he?
Yeah, God, he loves hair gel as well.
Nearly as much as you, look.
I know.
Yeah, and look at all the aftershaves as well.
Oh, yeah, and this. Who is Steph McGovern?
Stephanie McGovern is an English journalist and television presenter.
Oh, my goodness.
Have you ever seen
What
one?
is that?
A device connected to the internet that basically answers any question you want to ask it. Go on, try.
How do you save money?
I don't know that one.
That's good news, then we've still got a job. We know more than her. Come on.
Stuck with you.
And their spending isn't just contained inside the house.
Whoa. They definitely like their outdoors adventures, don't they?
Yeah, there's tons of camping gear here.
And a couple of boogie boards like these.
All right.
Let's go.
You could carry more.
Hannah and Damien want to give their boys the best they can, but it's costing them dearly.
Oh, loads of books. Tons and tons.
We need them to see the reality of their shopping habits.
How many DVDs does one family need?
So we're resorting to shop tactics and setting up a pop-up shop in their house of all their biggest spends.
That looks brilliant. Right, let's go get them.
We're done just in time as our unsuspecting couple return.
Look, here they come.
Yeah.
Surprise!
Hello! Gosh, bit of a surprise?
Yes.
Yes, well, we've been at your house all morning.
Yeah?
Should we go in? Yeah.
Yes, come on
We've
then.
had a good rummage.
How will Hannah and Damien feel when faced with a super spending?
Look at your shop.
Oh my goodness. Do you recognise this stuff?
Bit of it, yeah.
This is just a small selection.
It's actually quite horrific. This is quite shocking.
Yeah. Well, all the stuff you see here represents areas that we've identified where we think we can help you tighten your belts a little bit.
We're going to start with technology. How many tablets do you have?
5.
5, I'd say. Yeah.
So, any idea how much all the tablets together are worth?
I'd hazard a guess probably around about £1,000.
Double it.
Yeah, double it.
Wow.
2,000.
Okay.
That crept up quickly, didn't it?
Yeah.
We also introduced Alex here to one of your smart speakers in the house, so...
Revelation.
It is amazing.
So with all your tellies and your games consoles and your smart speakers, guess the total then.
I'd go about 3,000.
No.
Damien.
Our TVs, I'd go 7,000.
Oh, you're good at this game.
Yeah, the total is 7,400.
Wow.
Wow, indeed, Damien. And your 138 DVDs have cost close to £1,400.
Let's move on then to your book collection, which is vast and really impressive. Any idea how many books you have in the house, children's books?
I would say 200.
Higher than 200.
Let's go 350.
Do you know what?
No.
Let's give you the figure of 600.
Okay, fair enough.
How much do you think your entire book collection's worth?
He's going to be rubbish at this now.
I'd go about 1,500.
5,100.
Could we sell all these books?
And this is just the start, Damien.
You would like to describe yourself, they tell us, as a snappy dresser.
Yes.
And you like brands?
Yes.
But how much has his snappy dressing cost him?
About £1,500. Right.
Double it!
Yeah.
3,000.
Oh, you go.
Damien, basically, your snappy dressing is costing you money.
Okay, thank you.
Okay?
And what about all their sports and outdoors gear?
How much do you think you've spent on kit?
£800.
It's worth £3,500.
What, really? Damien's biggest shock yet.
That is my biggest shock yet.
I'm amazed at that.
Yeah.
This family currently have nearly £850 worth of toiletries and beauty products, including £140 for Milo's personal stash.
Which is, you know, a lot.
That's a lot.
Quite a lot.
12-year-old.
Substantial.
Yeah.
And the pampering extends to their pets.
Talk us through a water fountain for cats.
Problem is, every time you open the ensuite door, there's a cat there wanting to drink out your basin. So I thought if we got a water fountain, that might prevent them drinking out of the tap.
And has it?
No.
No, right, OK.
All the pet paraphernalia comes to another £450.
That's a lot for just bits and bobs for them, though. Monthly payments for their car, gym membership and TV subscriptions amount to over £5,500 a year. But there's one final area to discuss.
How many holidays do you have a year on average?
We usually have one big holiday, but then we're lucky that we have access to my mum's villa in Spain, so quite often we'll go there.
What are you spending on a big holiday?
Last year we went to Euro Disney first of all, and then we drove down through France and we had 2 weeks in Italy at the lakes. But the trip itself was about £3,000 plus spends.
You're probably looking at closer to 5 by the time
Yeah.
you've
Easily.
finished.
I'd have thought so.
Easily,
Yeah.
yeah. So we worked out that in the last 4 years, Damien, brace yourself.
Oh, God.
You've had 11 holidays.
Yeah.
For a lot of families, that would be considered,
Excessive?
Yeah.
well, a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It certainly is. And when you add up all these areas of big spending, it comes to a total of £30,500.
That's ridiculous.
This is ridiculous. Yeah, that's a lot. I'm gobsmacked, but
If you then include a year's rent on top, it takes the total to £47,000. It's a lot of money.
I'm surprised we're still eating.
Well, you've got a very clear goal, and we think that we can help you achieve that. don't we?
Yeah. It's going to take a bit of work from you guys, though.
We love new experiences.
Oh, good, good. That's what this is then, a
good,
new
good.
experience with Al and Steph.
Definitely.
It is quite shocking what we spend out.
when you add it all up, it's a very, very large amount. I'm really intrigued and interested to see what happens next.
We need to come up with a plan as soon as possible if we're to kickstart the Jack savings.
Right then, the Jack family. You have to feel sorry, though, for Damien and Hannah, don't you? I mean, they found themselves in this situation, been made redundant, and then as a result, they've lost their house.
Yeah, it's been really tough for them, but now they do have that stability of work again. They can think about how they can save and get back on the property ladder again.
But the problem is, they are just spending everything they have. 11 holidays in 4 years. That's excessive, isn't it?
And it's not just the holidays, is it? Do they
Yeah.
really need to live in such a big house?
If the worst case does happen again and one of them is made redundant, they haven't got any savings to fall back on. And with 3 boys, that's a scary place to be.
But they want their dream home, and that's
Yeah.
going to come with a bit of work.
They're going to have to compromise quite a lot. We've got a lot of convincing to do.
Come on, get your coat, you've pulled.
What?
The Jack family need a spending shake-up, so we've taken over their house.
Oh, the coffee machine's
Coffee machine, Hannah, it's gone.
we're swapping many of their favourite branded items.
Play music.
Getting the last tune-in station you listen to. BBC Radio 1.
Oh my gosh.
For cheaper alternatives.
Looks a lot tinier than we left it. Oh.
They're welcome.
Nate might not want to give those back.
But will the family spot what's swapped?
This is definitely not mine. I'm hoping it's good.
New football socks, some blue football socks.
And what's not.
Oh! There you go.
They are horrible.
I'm really looking forward to the challenge. I'm very interested to see what you've got in store for us.
Bye-bye, wardrobe.
What's going on here? That's not right.
I'm really looking forward to seeing how much money we can save in the long run.
Let this brand-busting experiment begin.
It's day one, and to start building that savings pot, we're kicking off the swaps with Hannah's morning coffee.
My coffee machine is an Italian brand. I went for the brand I did just because I really enjoyed the coffee on holiday. Ever since then, I've been using the coffee machine 3, 4, 5 times a day.
But not today, as we've swapped her beloved pod machine for a department store own brand induction coffee maker.
I've never seen the type of coffee pot that you can put on an induction hob, so I am quite excited to try it out.
Hooray, because it's over £140 cheaper, and the savings don't stop there.
Take out the little funnel.
We've given Hannah exactly the same make of coffee, but because it's out of a packet instead of individual pods, it works out nearly 2/3 cheaper.
It's already coming through. It was a lot quicker than I was expecting.
Brilliant, because switching from pod to packet coffee could potentially save the Jacks at least £280 a year.
I definitely think it's something I could switch to.
Great start.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Outside, the boys are getting to grips with their new football gear.
Not really impressed with the goal. It's just a little bit smaller, and our other one can cover a lot more space.
But at £20, this goal's £90 less than theirs.
Oh, nearly.
And what about their cash-saving kit?
I think the jumper is really nice. It's got these little air holes, so it's easier to get air into yourself. The shorts, I don't really mind what kind of logo it is or anything, just as long as it's not a team that I don't like.
Nice one, Milo. What do you think of your T-shirt, Flynn?
I don't like the colour, and it just doesn't go with all the other things that I've got on.
Well, colour's easily fixed.
Oh, the same.
Nate, how's the hoodie?
I like it because it's blue and the zips are white.
At £73, buying these kits next time could be an extra £315 for that savings pot.
When the family moved into this rental, Hannah bought new curtains for the living room, which we've switched for cheaper ones.
Oh my goodness, they look awful. I don't want to say they're ugly. It's just I think the colour doesn't work with the room necessarily.
They're available in 4 other colours though, and at £80 are under half the price of Hannah's.
I would swap them if they were the right colour and they're cheaper.
The average UK household spends around £104 a year on textiles, which includes curtains and cushions. But does the more you pay equal a premium product? We're keen to find out using 4 orange cushions.
The most expensive costing £68.
The next priciest is £40.
Then our mid-range option at £25.
And finally, our cheapest at £12.
We've hit the town.
How are you?
Hey, not too bad, thank you.
To find out if you lot can rate our cushions from plump best to smallest price tag.
They are serious cushion connoisseurs. Yeah.
Cushionholics.
Cushionholics, I like it. What matters to you when it comes to a pricey cushion?
It has to be well filled.
Are you much of a cushion man, though? How many do you have?
About 4.
That's quite minimal on the cushion front.
Ooh, that's a bit goose feathery.
Oh, goose feathery. Are you a cushion expert?
I don't know, but I feel a bit like one now.
I think you just like stroking these now, don't you? So go on then. Which one do you think is the most expensive?
This one.
Okay.
Which one most expensive?
Oh, you cushion-aholic. This one is the cheapest. It's £12.
Yeah, very good value then. And this is actually the most expensive. It's 68 quid.
They're so similar. That one I like.
Oh,
Yeah,
right,
I would have
okay.
put that as number 1, I think.
Okay.
Most expensive?
Yeah.
Well, it might shock you to know that this is the cheapest. £12. Have a good feel.
Can I take it home?
No.
Which one's the cheapest then?
I'd say this one.
Cheapest?
Yep.
Well, guess what?
What?
This one is the second cheapest, £25.
Well, well, well.
So next time you're adding to your 4-cushion collection, you just think about that, all right?
Yep.
So the majority of those we asked thought the least expensive cushion was the priciest of the bunch.
Just goes to show, doesn't it? You can't judge a cushion by its cover. Get it? Yes! Get off! That was really heavy.
The Jacks are desperate to own their own house, but have got a huge job ahead of them as they currently have nothing saved. Hannah and Damien have clearly had a tough time financially over the last few years, but now it's about making choices that will make the difference so that they can actually start to save. So the reason Alex and I turned up in your lives is to try and help you buy a house again.
Yeah.
So what do you think the average house is for a 4-bed house here?
Between 400 and 500,000.
Yeah, which is £400,000.
Yeah.
So I want to look at a 10% deposit. So you know what that is, of 400 grand. It's 40 grand. Now, do you think it is cheaper to pay your monthly mortgage or your rent?
Mortgage.
Right. You know your rent.
Yeah.
So if you're looking at a mortgage for 400 grand and you've put down 10% deposit and it's a 4% rate, that works out at £1,900 per month.
I'm really surprised at that. For a mortgage of 360,000, we'd be paying £1,900 a month.
Yeah,
For how many years, though?
25.
Really? Okay.
Things have changed a lot since you last owned your own house.
In their rental, monthly house maintenance costs nothing.
Whereas for a house, £634. How does that make you feel then, saying that?
I still would rather own.
Would you?
Yes.
But you know what that means. You're going to need to save more money. We need to be really tough on your cutting back on things if that is still your dream.
Or a 1-bed flat.
Or a 1-bed flat, yeah.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna come to that.
The couple have to make big changes to get their savings going, starting with some of their monthly outgoings, like the car.
You're paying, what, something like £310 a
Yeah.
month for that?
Yeah.
So what if I told you I found a car which is 5-door,
Yeah.
smaller engine, and it's £94 a month cheaper, which works out annually at £1,128.
Yeah, that's good.
Now, you might be thinking at this point, well, that's tiny compared to this 40 grand we need to try and save, but this all adds up.
Yeah.
Instead of spending £94 a month on entertainment packages, they could use their Freeview TV.
So that's saving to me £64 a month, which annually is £768.
Quitting their gym membership would give them another.
£65 a month.
But I also want them to think about their current 4-bed rental.
So the next thing I want to ask you might feel a little bit controversial. Would you consider downsizing from your house to help you save for a bit? For example, how often do the lads share a room?
All the time. Nate, in particular, would sleep in one of their rooms more than his own.
Probably every night if you could, wouldn't he?
We found one round the corner. That's £1,050 a month, and it's a 3-bed house. It could be a saving of £350 a month, and that totals £4,200 a year, which is a lot, isn't it?
I don't know. See, it would still take us such a long time to save. By the time we were in a position to buy, Milo could have left home.
I totally get your point, because you're trying to balance between making sure they have the best childhood and also being able to save. But what's more important to you? Is it having your own house where you can dig in the garden, decorate the lads' rooms, or renting somewhere now where you will have more money to be able to do stuff?
I just think I want the boys to grow up happy, and
Yeah.
I'm not sure if we were in a 3-bed that would always be the case.
Coming back to the money side of things, just looking at all of these together, that would be a yearly saving of £6,876. So I know the idea of downsizing is one you'd have to really think about, but these other areas could already start, you know, making a big difference.
These 4 areas alone could be a fantastic foundation for that savings pot.
This bit's over. You can relax for a bit now and get yourselves a cup of tea. Come on. Oh, that was tough. I don't think they realised how much mortgages had gone up by. And I think seeing all these numbers is really going to make them think more about what they're spending and how they can save and get that house.
I think hearing Steph today wasn't what I wanted to hear. I wanted her to wave a magic wand and to sort it all out for us. We know what we need to do if we really want to look at buying, but I've learned from today that there's no magic wand.
Sadly, she's right, but they've got to start saving cash somewhere. So can we tempt our snappy dresser Damien out of his logos with a whole new unbranded outfit?
I think I am very brand loyal. Once I do like a brand, I do tend to stick with it.
We've given him jeans costing 20 quid, £65 less than his usual ones.
The quality seems fine. It's like I say, denim is denim, but yeah, I'll give these a go.
At £15, his new polo shirt is £10 less than his usual brand. And at £18, our replacement hoodie is £46 cheaper. And there's another £34 to be saved on his shoes.
Yeah, they're very similar to the ones I have. Very, very similar. Similar material, similar colours. But yes, they just don't have the little detail at the back that I quite like.
In the last 18 months, Damien has spent around £200 on 4 pairs of branded trainers. Ours are only 16 quid.
I think the trainers are probably the one thing that you may not be able to shift my mind on.
If Damien chose to swap all these items on his next shopping spree, he'd save himself £155. But what will Hannah make of debranded Damien?
What do you think?
I think the shoes are absolutely fine. I'm not overly keen on the jeans, but it's the style of jeans I think I'm not keen on. Show us your hoodie.
Like I said, I'm not overly bothered about the hoodie, but from my point of view, the shoes aren't me. They aren't the greatest of what I'd want to wear.
But I suspect that's a lot cheaper than what you're paying currently.
We're tackling all areas of the Jack's spending, including Milo's pricey pampering products.
It feels kind of like hard and rough. It's like clay. I don't think this is mine. It looks similar to one of the pots of mine, but I don't think it's the same.
It is different, and at £1.99 a pot, it's nearly £7 cheaper.
I think it's okay, but I don't think it's as good as my other one. I wouldn't swap it.
Maybe better luck with the deodorant.
I think this is my normal one because it really hurts my armpits, and that's what my normal one does.
I'm not sure that that's a good or a bad thing, but we have swapped Milo's deodorant for one that's just 79p a can.
Yeah, I'd keep this one.
Great. Next door, Hannah's inspecting her new bedding.
Colours are good, pretty design, feels slightly different. However, I do really like the design on this, and I don't think the feel of it would necessarily put me off.
Good. At £28, this bedding set is £32 less than her current one and looks pretty similar.
I would definitely swap. It's much nicer quality.
Nice work, Hannah. In the past, the Jacks have enjoyed a bit of camping, but when it comes to blow-up beds, do they need to pay inflated prices?
Thanks, cheers.
We've pumped up 4 mattresses and placed the same weight on top of each one to see which remains air-filled after 6 hours.
What do you look for in a blow-up bed?
It has to be sturdy, in order obviously to take the weight of myself and my wife.
The beds range in price, from an own brand at £24, our mid-range second cheapest option £55, next in line a bed costing 75 quid, and finally our priciest mattress at £110. But without knowing brand or cost, we want Damien to choose his comfiest.
Well, we have to test them.
OK, no worries.
First up, the cheapest mattress.
Which side do you normally sleep on? This is odd, isn't it?
Normally sleep on this side.
I normally sleep on this side, so this is perfect. We're a match made in heaven. Come on, get on. Oh gosh, right, OK.
Oh, this is
So, well, What do you think?
Well, that's obviously quite comfy.
You'd have to really like the person you're going camping with, because I'm aware that our elbows are touching.
I agree.
Should we try the next one then?
Let's go for it.
OK. Oh, it's quite hard to get up now, isn't it?
Positive so far. Moving on to the second cheapest.
It's slightly smaller. Now, is that an issue for you?
Not for me, no, it's fine for me.
I'm not saying about us, I'm just saying in a tent, is it an issue?
It does look smaller than the others, yes.
Give it a go, give it a go.
Yeah.
There's only room for one.
Dear Lord. Straight away, yeah. That's not going to work. I believe I'm in set up for this one.
Well, there's no room for Hannah here, is there?
No, this was a mistake, this one, I think.
Up.
Not so good. Maybe the second priciest bed is better.
Oh, that's quite good, isn't it?
That's a lot sturdier than the other one.
Definitely more space. Do you like this one more than the first one?
I think comfort-wise, absolutely, yeah.
Pretend now we're in a forest. You can hear noises of little foxes digging around outside. Right, we've got a job to do. What are you doing?
And finally, the most expensive one.
Let's go again.
Right, go down. Oh, yeah. Oh.
So yeah, so that's, wow, it's really sturdy.
That's very sturdy. See, I feel a bit sick on this. It's like being on a crisp packet that somebody's blown up and you're waiting for the pop, isn't it?
I believe it's probably a very, very good analogy, yeah.
See, no.
It's too hard, this one.
Yeah. Right, come on. Up. Time for a decision.
So, after testing all 4 beds, which will give Damien the best night's sleep?
So, we've tried them all out.
We have.
Had a good look.
We have.
Where are we now?
The light blue one.
Yeah.
The dark blue. The grey. And then the black one.
Well, it turns out that your favourite is £74.99.
Wow.
Pretty pricey for an airbed.
Pretty pricey for an airbed, yes.
Damien's comfiest choice was the second most expensive bed, but in close second was the cheapest mattress.
Do you know what that blue bed's called? Value for money. So when you go now and stock up on airbeds,
Yep.
what are you going to think?
Don't necessarily go for the most expensive one.
You nailed it, Damien.
Thank you.
I'm still not going camping with you.
We're hoping to kickstart the Jacks into saving by giving them cheaper products to try. And taking the plunge today, Damien's new swimming shorts.
They're not the brand that I would normally use, but the new shorts are really nice. I really like them.
Damien's £8 trunks are a supermarket-owned brand, £31 cheaper than his favourites.
Yeah, I'd definitely consider house swapping them, yeah, absolutely.
We've also swapped all the boys' goggles for cheaper alternatives, which at £16 are less than half the price of their originals.
My goggles aren't very good. They let in quite a bit of water.
I like mine because they're clear and they're the right size. I don't like mine because they let in quite a bit of water. No swap!
Fair enough, boys. Maybe they'll prefer some of the shower swaps.
Smells of mint.
Our swap products could save the family a whopping £230 a year.
I thought the shampoo and conditioner were really good, especially with the conditioner. Like, if it gets in your eyes, it doesn't, like, sting at all or anything.
Costing £56, even the towels are £48 cheaper.
To me, they don't feel any more expensive or cheaper than the ones we've got at home.
Minus the goggles, if they'd bought our swaps in future, they'd have another £312 to add to their savings pot.
We want the Jacks to save every penny, but some items they're reluctant to swap.
I only have 2 different perfumes. It's all I've ever had is 2 different perfumes. I just love the smell of it and it's just so me and I'm very happy with it.
So, will she like our scent?
It doesn't smell like my perfume. If I was going to spend the money, I'd rather buy the one I currently have.
But at £13, this perfume could save her £40 a bottle in future.
I'm not swapping.
So will toothbrushes be more successful? Well, instead of having a branded electric toothbrush each, we've given them 2 brushes to share, swapping on their own brush heads when needed. And if it's popular, could save them £200 in future.
I thought it was quite good. Nice and fast, keeps your teeth clean. But we normally brush our teeth around the same time, so it would not work at all if we had to share.
If sharing's not an option, switching to 5 of our £25 brushes would still be £125 cheaper than their branded ones.
1, 2, 3.
Lean on me when you're not strong. Electric toothbrushes can cost a fortune, but does what you pay affect the sparkle in your smile?
There are a lot to choose from. If you're going to spend a lot of money on a toothbrush, you want to know it's going to work for you.
5 willing choir members have volunteered to test out different brushes in our quest to find out if branded is best.
Today's brushes are a big brand with 5 cleaning modes.
Our second priciest has an induction charging base.
Next, a brand with a brushing sensor.
Our second cheapest toothbrush contains a timer.
And finally, an own brand brush, the one we've given the Jacks.
Our singers have come to the University of Bristol Dental Hospital.
Please come and have a seat. Thank you.
Who, like many dental schools, offer free care from undergraduates.
Our volunteers haven't brushed for 24 hours and are given a disclosing tablet.
Just chew it all around your mouth.
This dye shows up the plaque on their teeth, and after a lesson in brushing, the testing can begin.
It was cumbersome. I don't think I'll use it again.
It's a little bit ticklish, but yeah, it's okay.
The head could have been a bit smaller, but other than that, I think it feels really good. It felt really nice and smooth. Yes, I found that really easy to use. It does actually feel quite gentle on the teeth, but I might be concerned that it's not as effective as perhaps it might be.
After 2 minutes of brushing, whose pearly whites will impress our judge? Training Director for Dental Care Professionals, Sarah Bain.
Toothbrush number 2, the plaque removal is consistent, and overall, I think it has removed the most plaque.
But which is toothbrush number 2?
The winner is the Superdrug Pro Care toothbrush.
Wow!
That's you, Leslie.
It's me.
The cleanest result and top of the table was our budget brush and the one tested by the Jacks.
I really think that mine was the best value for money.
So, according to our testers, it would seem you don't have to blow a fortune for a dazzling smile.
It's not always the most expensive thing, that's the best.
Back at Base Jack, we're trying to get this family pinching the pennies to save the pounds. We've given Damien a DVD challenge.
Dear Hannah and Damien, it's time for a spring clean. With the help from an app, you can earn a little bit of pocket money at the same time. Good luck, love, Alex and Steph.
So, using a website that buys second-hand DVDs,
let's do this.
All Damien needs to do is scan the barcode on each one.
Oh, £2.52.
It's estimated that the average Brit owns 36 unused DVDs and CDs. The Jacks have more than that in DVDs alone.
So there's 112 DVDs there, and the grand total is £33.83, which is a lot more than I was expecting. Yeah, it's a worthwhile exercise to do, and it's something I'll definitely pursue.
The Jacks love the great outdoors and currently own just under £1,000's worth of coats and boots. But today they're trying our replacements.
Right, let's try doing it up, shall we?
Oh.
Miley, that's very similar to one you've got now.
I know, it's quite nice.
Not everyone's taken with their new coat.
I don't like the bottom.
Well, maybe the boots will be better, Nate.
But they're so boring.
They're not boring, they're lovely.
If the Jacks bought all these boots in future, they could save £185.
I like all the boys' boots. In particular, I think Flynn and Milo's boots, they're brilliant.
I really like my shoes. I think they're ace. They look good, they feel very sturdy. It's a real plus for me.
Throw in the coats too, and they'd be over £370 better off.
I like my coat because I like the colours and I like how it feels.
So all in all, a pretty positive result.
We want the Jacks to realise brands don't always mean best, so time for a little digging. Hannah loves gardening and she helps out at her school allotment, so we're going to put her green fingers to action and test out some garden forks. We're putting 4 forks under pressure, starting with our cheapest at just £6. We also have a second own brand over twice the price. Our mid-range fork is nearly 32 quid. And our most expensive brand comes with a £47.99 price tag. Which one do you think is going to be the best performer?
I think the yellow's the most appealing just because of the colour, but I don't know, maybe the one here, just a nice shaped handle on it.
Without knowing brands or costs, which fork will Hannah prefer to do her dirty work? You don't have to do the whole patch, otherwise we might be here a while.
Oh, goes in smoothly. It's quite heavy, actually.
What about the height?
This one would be better for the boys than it is for me because it's a little bit short.
Right, OK, let's get that back in the ground then. Right, what do you think of this one so
It's lighter.
far? Now, that looked like it didn't go in as smoothly.
Not as easily. I think maybe because it's a bit taller.
It seems to be moving more ground,
Yeah,
though.
it does.
Did you ever think you'd get this analytical about a garden fork?
No.
This is all your dreams come true. Garden fork number 3.
Number 3. Quite tall.
Do you think height makes much of a difference?
When they're in the ground, they're better, I think, because you scoop up more with them.
Right, on to the next one.
Height's similar to the yellow one. It's probably slightly lighter.
Does it feel very different between all of them?
I'd say the middle two, although they're taller, they're actually easier to use.
Right, do a bit more then. Come on, keep going. Got some veg to plant before we go. Hannah's done the digging, but which garden fork did she weed out as her number 1?
I think I'd go with the grey-handled one, just on the grounds of the height. It was quite light and it was easy to use.
So this gardening fork is £12.82 and it's from a well-known DIY chain.
Good choice, nice and cheap.
Hannah's favourite fork was one of the own brands, second cheapest and £35 less than the priciest. Well, the good news is you can use that fork to carry on doing the rest of this tunnel. It's really helped them out. See you later.
Next time I'm shopping for a garden fork, I think I'll be more mindful of the fact that the prices don't actually reflect how they might perform.
The Jacks have been throwing themselves into the swaps, hoping this will get them going on their savings pot.
What do you think?
It's all right. Yeah, I'm not really that bothered about losing my other one at the moment because this looks quite good.
The boys' new tablets cost £150 each, which could give them another grand for their savings pot if they bought these in the future.
At the moment, I wouldn't swap just because like my normal tablet has like a wider variety of games and better graphics, but maybe later when I've like tried everything out that I might swap.
And to help with that, we've signed the Jacks up to their local online library so they can download their favourite reads to their tablets.
That's good, isn't it? It's just done, literally in about 10 seconds.
Last year, the family spent over £170 on e-books and paperbacks, but this service costs nothing.
Drew spotted the bat old Jeepers soon as he turned into a street that Saturday afternoon.
Castaways of the Flying Dutchman.
Yeah.
There are quite a few nice books. I could see myself reading lots of these. It's just overall really good. Oh, you can put a bookmark in as well.
In Great Britain, we make over 4 million camping trips a year within an industry worth over £2 billion.
Some sleeping bags in a tent.
And during our experiment, we're hoping to show the Jacks you don't have to buy the big brands to get good gear.
I think the tent looks a lot smaller than the other one we've got, doesn't it?
I think that's just because it's in the bag properly.
Yeah.
The Jacks' last tent by a popular brand cost them £500. But the one they're erecting today...
That goes in there, see? So you just need that bit on the outside.
...is a sports shop own brand.
No. You want that bit?
Has banked great reviews.
I was in the Girl Guides for a long time.
Yeah, so you should be an absolute wizard putting these together.
I'm very good at directing.
And at 160 quid is over 2/3 cheaper. Buy something like this in the future...
So you're going to have to push it up.
And they could save over 340 quid.
Yes! It's looking like a tent now.
It's taken just under an hour to erect. So what do they think?
Size-wise, it seems pretty much the same, and it looks quite a sturdy tent.
But the family could bag themselves even more savings.
Nick, just get in it.
Okay, there's my bit there. Sleep in it tonight.
On 5 sleeping bags, the Jacks blew over £250. Our swaps cost less than half that and could save nearly £140. But would they swap?
It's my favorite one in the world. Ah!
So what Nate's trying to say is it's nice and comfortable and you love it, don't you, Nate?
Caramel.
We'll take that as a yes, OK?
I want
Now that's what I call happy campers.
For Hannah and Damien, saving for a house deposit feels unachievable, especially living paycheck to paycheck. But I'm worried a lack of savings means no security.
For anybody, I mean, redundancy can happen to anybody like that, can't it? That's the cruel thing. With that in mind, you know, if it happened again and Damien lost his job again, where would that leave you as a family?
I think our biggest mistake at the time was that we just didn't save, but we are probably in a slightly better position. We actually hardly have anything on credit card now, but what we're not doing is saving.
On that note, let's talk about the holidays then, because, I mean, holidays are central to you as a family. So, how much are you forgoing saving in favour of holidays then?
Probably quite a bit, but that's what I live for, is the holidays. We work hard all year round, and it's just an amazing family time, and it's the only time that we really get just the 5 of us.
Yeah, you know, I think anybody would understand the fact that you don't want to miss this time with the boys. But do you think you might be able to kind of pull back on the cost of the holidays, or the number of holidays?
I think we're quite savvy with holidays anyway in terms of the types of holidays we take. But yes, it's definitely something that we will relook at.
You need to have a plan in place because you do have a family, don't you? And you need to know that you can support them long term as well as short term.
Yeah. I think Damien and I need to have a good chat about what it is we want and where our priorities lie.
Economical holidays for the Jacks would be to camp more, but do you have to spend a premium to camp in comfort?
We're comparing 4 camping chairs ranging hugely in price. Our most expensive seat is just under £65.
Nearly £30 cheaper is another big brand.
Our mid-range option is £17.50.
And finally, our budget high street seat, a tenner less.
This is quite sturdy, isn't it?
So will the great British public be able to pick out the priciest?
Oh God, fall through it. I don't like the arms on this. Feels like just metal.
This looks like the only one that's actually going to take my weight.
Oh, that's very nice. Yeah.
This one's definitely got some more craftsmanship in it though, look. I think this is the most expensive.
I think the most expensive one is that one, because it's got a lot of mesh and more material on it. And I think the most expensive one is the grey one, because of the build and it's really sturdy.
The most expensive chair was spotted by the majority of our shoppers, but its price tag was definitely a surprise.
No, I wouldn't pay that. Sorry, that's too much.
We're bargain hunters. We just ignore things that are that expensive.
Were they as successful in identifying our cheapest chair?
Which one out of these two, though, would be the cheapest?
I think that one.
But yeah, I mean, this one's got like stitching hanging off. I think you could probably get that one for £10 maybe.
So the cheapest chair was in fact placed third in terms of perceived price, beating one which was a tenner more expensive.
That's a bargain.
It's worth every penny.
Yeah.
There we go. That's what we'll have.
That's the cheap one.
So in future, consider all your options before handing over your cash, as there may be a cheaper chair for you out there.
For occasional use, you don't need anything more than a fold-up chair.
This week, the Jack family swaps have received mixed reactions.
I just really like the style of the one we've got currently, but if it was a considerable saving, I would consider swapping.
They're pretty good. but I wouldn't want to swap. The texture isn't the greatest and they might not last very long.
Even the family's four-legged friends have been trying a few cheaper alternatives.
I don't think the cat misses the water fountain, and I think the water fountain was a complete waste of money, but I think that the bowl isn't working either, so I'm sure he'll continue to drink out the sink.
Which leaves one final test for Hannah.
My smart speaker has gone, and this one doesn't look as good. You have to press the button every time that you want it to do something. Play Ultralife by Oh Wonder.
Ultralife by Oh Wonder. Love sick the beat inside my head.
Stop. I've got finger ache from all the pressing I'm having to do.
Our swap speakers cost £100, under half the price of Hannah's old friend. But can she still contact Milo?
Milo, tea's ready.
All right, I'll be down in a minute.
Yeah, I didn't like it. I'm not swapping from my current speaker assistant. That one hasn't even got a name.
So, having tried and tested all the swaps, we want to find out how the Jacks have got on.
Well, this one's a bit of a conundrum, isn't it?
Yeah, even if they could just save on the everyday items, it would set them off on that path, and hopefully then they'll realise how much money they could save.
The biggest question is, are they going to be able and willing to change their ways?
Well, we need to find out. Come on, are you ready?
No, should we just go home?
Come on, you.
The swap week was a really good experience.
I can't wait to see, obviously, the products that we've been testing and to find out what they are.
Well, wait no longer.
Hello!
We're here to reveal all.
I think it's probably fair to say you've been quite tough nuts to crack. Yeah.
Yeah.
How have you felt?
There's some things that we would definitely look to change in the future. There's some things, especially the big kind of decisions we've talked about, that are much more difficult. But it's definitely been a massive talking point for us.
It has.
That's good.
So shall we have a look at some of the swaps then individually?
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
see what you thought. So the first one we're going to look at is books. We suggested this brand new idea, very new, nobody's heard about it. It's called a library.
I know, it's amazing.
To reduce the number of books they buy, we got the family using their local library online.
Oh, you could put a bookmark in as well.
So if you decided not to buy any books for a year and just use the online library service, the saving would be £173.64 a year. Good to know.
It's very good.
Yeah, so that's a swap.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah! The first one is a swap.
It's a great start.
A lot of the books you read on the tablets, so we decided to swap all the boys' tablets. So the saving you could make from what you originally had to one of these is £409.
Massive difference.
It's massive difference.
Switching all 4 family tablets could be a future saving of over £1,200.
So would you consider that as a swap then?
Going forward, yes, I consider it as a swap.
Brilliant. Yeah. There you are. That's a big saving, that, £1,000.
So far, so good. Now for the snappy dresser.
So, you love a pair of a specific brand of trainers. So we swapped them for these ones.
Did you just retch? I just heard you go,
Were they comfortable?
Yeah, they were fine.
Right. So what's the issue?
But they're not the ones that
we know they're not the ones. But the point of this is that we're looking for something cheaper. So the saving would be £34.
Yep.
As he's bought 4 pairs in the last 18 months, this could be a worthwhile saving.
So is it a swap?
No, it's not a swap.
Well, there we are then.
Moving swiftly on. Hannah's next in the firing line.
My smart speaker has gone, and this one doesn't look as good. I have finger ache.
Well, the nation's heart bleeds for you. I mean, literally.
So, this is what we gave you. So that's a saving of £90, but if you include Milo's as well, that's £130 saving. But you're not having any of it, are you?
No, not on that one.
Maybe we'll have better luck with Milo's hair wax.
I don't think this is mine. It looks similar, but I don't think it's the same.
This is what we gave him. Now, the saving would be £6.91 a pot.
And he goes through about a pot about a month as well, doesn't
Yes.
he? If he wants more expensive stuff, he can use his pocket money.
Yeah, good. I like this.
In fact, despite a few more rejections,
No.
The saving would be £39.61.
I don't think I would swap out.
Damien and Hannah chose to switch to 63% of the swaps in future.
£51.95 saving.
For a hoodie?
For a child.
For that price, yes.
But there are bigger issues we want to tackle.
Holidays.
Since we saw you last time, we've talked about it absolutely loads. You know, going forward, we can look at doing things more cheaply.
Yeah, it's definitely opened our eyes up to options now.
But the boys are our world, and if we have to rent long term, we have to rent long term. But we don't want to give up having at least one main summer holiday each year.
So one of the things we talked about was
downsizing
the house, which I know you didn't love the idea of. How have you felt about it since I've left and come back?
From the point of view of renting, we wouldn't want to go into a 3-bed to rent.
You'd prefer to stay in the kind of lifestyle you have rather than compromising on the house.
Yes. The focus would be on the boys,
Yeah.
These bigger changes could really boost their savings, but can they still make a decent start on it with just the swaps?
So taking on board the things you've agreed to, the hints and tips that we've given you, how much do you think that could save?
£2,000?
Try doubling it.
£4,000.
Okay, wow.
So that's not downsizing your house, it's not changing your holidays, all those things you were like, no, no, no.
Yeah.
And that will definitely get you on that path, won't it, down to getting that house in the future?
It's definitely opened my eyes to looking around and looking at alternatives.
Yeah.
I think we've still got some really difficult choices to make and decisions, but there's lots of little things that we could be doing to save ourselves money.
Yeah.
Good. Can we have a cup of tea now, please?
Yeah, small
Absolutely.
steps to the kitchen. Come on.
Let's go.
The whole process, it's like made us think about things differently.
When you see some of the price differentials, it does make you think a little bit more, sort of the longer term, how better to save money.
Well, considering we had no idea how that would go, I thought it went pretty well. I mean, they said yes to the majority of the swaps.
Yeah, but I am a bit gutted that they didn't go for any of the big things like the holidays or downsizing the house.
But we did ask them to make some tough decisions, and they did. Now they're more realistic going forward.
Oh, I love the way you always make me feel.
Well, that's my job, isn't it?